Hi and welcome to my channel. This morning I'm going to show you how I make my breakfast on the Gastric Sleeve pre-op diet. I am 9 days in and I'm definitely feeling much better, much more comfortable. The first few days I was starving and I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And I jumped on my Facebook group and they gave me some really good advice, which I will list here for you. And one of them was to stretch out your first meal replacement. So in the morning, I always wake up, I need a coffee. I have 4 children. I have to get 3 of them off to school in the morning. So I get up about 6. I drink a lot of water. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm drinking the water until I get the kids to school. And then when I get home, I make my coffee. I have done a video. It is really, really rough. I'm sorry, I did it on my phone. I did my coffee, I have my coffee and then I do a bit of housework and, you know, fluff around, and then around 11:30, that's when I have my first meal replacement shake. In the real world, or in my post-op diet phase, I wouldn't have eaten before sort of 12 o'clock anyway, so I find that really, it's just manageable and it's along the lines with how my body would normally, you know, cope with food. I don't normally eat too early. So what I've done is I've put, they say 300 mils of water. This is more than 300 mils of water, just because I do add ice and berries in it as well, and I just don't want it to be like too thick. So the company I'm using is by BN Slim. And this is a multi-pack. So this comes with 3 soups and 4 smoothies, and these are the flavors. This coffee, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. All the flavors are amazing in the shakes. So they're so good. I mix berries with the vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And with the coffee one, I use a sugar-free caramel syrup. And I will link that down below, and that is also in my coffee video, or short. It goes for 3 minutes, so if you can just sort of grin and bear it, you'll be great. So I'm just going to jump straight into it and I'll keep talking. So here's the water, so that's about 400 mils. Ice, put that in. Then I just buy these from Woolworths and just mix berries. So in my diet, my dietitian sent me a book, and I can have fruit-wise, I can have strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and that's what this has in it. So they're just frozen. I just buy them from Woolies. You can get organic brands. I'm not really concerned about that at the moment, but as long as it doesn't have anything, you know, that you can't have in it, which is, you should be fine. So I don't really pick out the flavor. I just sort of reach in and grab one. The reason why I'm doing that is because I grabbed a soup. I don't know whether berries and soup will go together. Alright. So this brand was actually recommended to me by my dietitian. She recommended a couple of others as well. This is what it looks like with all the powder on top. To use a brand that's recommended, well, my dietitian said I didn't have to use a brand that she had sent me, like recommendations. I could use any brand from the pharmacy or the chemist or the supermarket, as long as I followed the very low calorie diet and that the shakes or the meal replacements were considered very low calorie. Decided on using the BN Slim is because my dietitian recommended this among with a couple of others, and this company also supplies, or they also have supplements. So the supplements come in gummy forms. I think they're melts as well, and they're capsules. So I wanted to go with a company that, one that my dietitian at medical team treating me were familiar with, and one that had supplements as well, because that way there's a higher potential that everything's going to complement. Once I paid my surgeon, I was given a box of sort of goodies. So they had the supplement gummies, they had B12 melts, I had fiber, flavorless fiber that come in it, this whole bag come in it. and it comes with a little scoop. I didn't use it today because I don't feel like I need it, but I find it's quite good. If you are starting a fiber supplement like a powder or a capsule, just take it like slow, like start with the lowest amount first, because it can bloat you and it can give you just sort of some gastrointestinal sort of discomfort. And drink lots and lots of water as well, because what it will do is the fiber will absorb the fluid, and you don't want to be uncomfortable. It's bad enough, like it's hard enough trying this to sort of go off all your favorite foods in preparation for your surgery. So I haven't tried this yet, and I will post it up I'll post it here, the pictures of the supplements that they gave me. I also got a bowl with measurements in it and a plate with also measurements in it as well. Just kind of like your starter kit for post-op. I have started the fiber now though, because I'm just a bit concerned about the constipation side of things. Anyway, my smoothie is done. I normally give it a couple of goes, so there it is. I'm gonna pour it in here, and this will keep it cold, and then I just sip it as I go. The next part of my breakfast is mushrooms, and I'm not sure if you are familiar with mushroom stories in Australia, but it's a little controversial. But I figured I bought them from Woolies, and they're probably not in cahoots with, I guess, think people are calling her the mushroom lady, which is fine. You can call her what you want, but I'm definitely not worried that I'm going to get poisoned. So sorry, I'm just trying to find a spot for my camera, and that'll do it for now. Okay, so I can have up to a teaspoon of oil a day, so I'm just going to spray this canola oil. Canola oil isn't good for you. It increases inflammation in your body, and if you want to learn more about that, I watch this guy. He's an American guy, and he goes to supermarkets and he talks about, you know, products and oils and all the goods and bad stuff. And yeah, his name is Bobby Flay, or Bobby Flav City. He's really good. He's interesting to talk to. He goes to Costco, and I've learned a lot from him. So I've got mushrooms chopped up in here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop them in a pan with some spray oil in it, brown them off. I might put a little bit of water just to cook them through a bit better, and then I will eat them with my smoothie. I think that's all I need to talk to you about with the breakfast things. This is going to be, that's a very good question if anyone wants to know why I've chosen one over the other. Basically, it wasn't my choice. What happened when I had my last baby is there was a major complication. My bowel was torn away from my abdominal wall, and I went into emergency surgery. I had a laparotomy, which is a large incision right down the middle of your body, your stomach, and they basically pull all your organs out and find out where your massive internal bleeding is coming from. So because my bowel was handled quite a lot, more than what your bowel would be happy to be handled, my surgeon said that she wasn't happy to even go near it because of all the adhesions and scarring and da-da-da-da-da. And also because I'm at a higher risk of bowel obstructions as it is now due to that. So she has confidently told me that this sleeve is the better option for me, and it's not a guarantee that I'll be able to have the sleeve. She is going to go in. I've had a gastroscopy, and she has noticed that I also have a hiatus hernia, which is quite significant. So there'll be a repair with that as well. So basically she said that she's going to go in, she's not going to do anything, she's not going to go crazy and go, you know, we're going to do this sleeve at all costs. She's sensible, I trust her. She was recommended to me by the trauma surgeons that came in after my cesarean and saved my life, and then were pretty much there every time I had a complication for the first 12 months afterwards. She's very knowledgeable, she knows them, she's worked with them, they have recommended her to me, I trust her, and I need to try. Like, I wanted to do this before I had my last child, and then this happened, and then the mistake happened, and the trauma happened, whatever happened, and I didn't think I could do it again. I'm feeling good, and she's confident that this can be a success. But as she said to my husband, I'm not going to risk the life of the mother of your children, because she has 3 kids herself and she doesn't want to take on 4 more. So basically it's just a matter of her doing that. She will be doing it keyhole. She's going to go in, she's going to proceed, and if it looks like everything is a hot mess on the inside as it is on the outside, then she's just going to say no thank you and stop the procedure. She's worried I'm going to be disappointed because we are paying out of pocket. I told her that wasn't, please don't make that don't be concerned about that. I need to know, I need to at least try it. I'm somebody who, I have to live experiences. I can't just have people tell me, this is not, no, you're not going to do it, or this is not going to happen, or don't do this, or don't do that, because somebody else did it and they didn't like it, so you shouldn't do it. Obviously, if she did say to me, you're not a candidate at all for the sleeve at all, and weight loss surgery isn't for you, I would have taken her opinion and walked away. I would have come up with, she potentially would have given me other advice in how I can manage my weight and lose weight, because she has said to me that if the surgery isn't successful, she will guide me and she will help me lose the weight that I need to lose afterwards. So I do trust her, and it is risky, and I know a lot of people would be going, why would you do this? It's potentially life-threatening, and all surgeries are life-threatening, and my surgeon isn't reckless. This is her job, this is her bread and butter. That's what she told me. That's a direct quote. And she's not going to jeopardize her livelihood, her career, her everything by doing anything risky. She's just going to try, and that's all I can ask. And if it doesn't work, then we just move on to the next. I do want to touch on, just before I zip off, I weighed myself Sunday, which was 7 days from when I started, and I only lost 500 grams. But again, it's not about the weight loss, it's about shrinking your liver. So your liver is out of the way, so they can get in there and do what they need to do. I also started my pre-op diet 3 days early, not because I like to punish myself, because I wanted to make sure that when I absolutely had to start it, that I had all the troubleshooting was out of the way, and I was ready. And I'm glad I did, because I feel like if you can start it a bit earlier, you don't have to be rigid and strict. You could even start, a couple of days earlier, doing the shakes for breakfast and lunch, and then just having a normal dinner. I really, the last few weeks after, before I started the pre-op diet, I ate foods that I knew was going to be a very long time before I'm going to be able to have them again. I enjoyed it. I just wanted to, if I wanted to have KFC, or if I wanted to go to have like pork belly or, pizza, I just enjoyed it, because I know that I'm not going to deprive myself before I have to, and I don't consider this depriving myself. I feel like my overindulgence, and among other things, has led to where I'm at today, and it's about making positive steps and moving forward. So I am not anticipating, haven't even thought about when I would have takeaway again in the future. I don't even know what that would look like or how that would work, and it's not a really big concern of mine. I just want to get healthy. I want to be happier. I don't want to be like frumpy. I am sick of like looking in the mirror and going, oh my god, you know, this belly. It's all mostly belly. Like I do have the old, like, you know, whatever, tucked up arms, but I just want to be healthy and I want to be happy. And I have young children and I am 46 years old and I need to get my shit together and get my body and my health back on track, not just physically but mentally as well. So my mushrooms are done. For some people, they might look, here's a little bowl, they might look burnt, I guess, for some. I think we know what mushrooms look like. So they're done. I'll just sprinkle a bit of salt. I'll have it with my smoothie, and then I will jump back on and I'll do a video on what I do for my sort of around 2 o'clock to between 2 and 2:30. I have another sort of meal, I guess, but it's not a meal replacement. It's the vegetables I'm allowed to eat, and I'll go into that when I do my next video. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will be back soon. Bye.